Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Hope you're having a gorgeous Monday. Now, the words new mum and exhaustion pretty much go hand in hand. While it's to be expected to some extent, researchers found that women continue to feel very tired for weeks after birth, and they're more likely to be diagnosed with postpartum depression. After her own struggles with motherhood, Genevieve Putter was then inspired to create The New Normal, which is a platform that aims to support new mothers in those early and trying days of life with an infant. Welcome to Afternoon Express.
Thanks, Jeannie.
So tell me about your story that led you to starting your Instagram, The New Norm.
So I became a mom 3 years ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it was all sunshine and happiness. Obviously, you know, the exhaustion is real, the breastfeeding, all of that. And then, quite unexpectedly, probably at about 3 months, things just started to shift, and I just started to feel completely overwhelmed. I then suffered a nervous breakdown when my son was about 4 months old, and I went onto medication, and so began this journey of healing through postpartum. And it was the thing that completely astounded me is when I would speak to people about it, and moms, older moms, grannies, aunties, everyone, the first thing that they would say to me, but it's so normal. I went through that. But no one was talking about it.
Yeah.
And I felt completely blindsided and kind of like my sisterhood of women let me down almost, because no one let me know.
No, they did let you down.
Yeah.
I've got well now 10 godchildren, and I can tell you every single one of those mothers went through some kind of baby blues afterwards. Some of them quite intensely.
Severely, for sure.
Why do women not speak about things like that? I like to think this show is the platform for women to have conversations like that.
So this was the big kind of question that I was left with. Like, you know, now that I'm going on this journey, why don't I share some about what I've been learning along the way? And so for me, my background is not in a medical professional. I'm not a, you know, a doctor by any means, but I have an interest in women's health, and I'm actually a content creator by profession. So what was the most natural way to connect with people was through Instagram. So I launched this platform, and subsequently to that, I was very conscious of the fact that, you know, women hide behind social media a lot. We can. It's become this kind of facade for us. And so much of what new moms go through is loneliness and isolation. And I really believed that we needed to bring it out into the, you know, the open. So I organised events every 2 months, which kind of get a whole bunch of professionals in this perinatal health space together to talk about these issues. And moms come and they have coffee and we talk about it. Started a postpartum support group with psychologist Linda Lewis, who is very well versed in perinatal mood and anxiety disorders. She's a research psychologist in the field. And it's kind of the first official group that we've had in the City Bowl, that has been in the City Bowl and Atlantic Seaboard.
Yeah.
So new moms come to that. We've got a nice group going, and we're thinking of starting one for working moms, because a lot of anxiety and stuff comes up when moms then have to leave their baby and have to return to work, you know. So.
Can I tell you, I mean, I don't have any children, and one of the reasons maybe why I'm like leaving it so late is the fact that the feeling and that fear of losing your identity through becoming a mother. Take me through that mental load of new motherhood.
Okay, so there's a very incredible term that I came across in all of my research and the creation of the content and everything, and it's a term called matrescence. Now, matrescence it was a term coined in the 70s by an anthropologist called Dana Raphael. And it kind of just lost its cadence. Now, there's an American psychiatrist called Alexandra Sachs who's trying to bring it back and is on a mission to bring it back. I mean, there's hashtags all over at the moment with it. And basically, the theory of it is that it's no other time in the human life, aside from adolescence, does the human body experience such hormonal upheaval, and often on a much bigger scale from when a mother grows a baby to when she has the baby. And there's a narrative in our culture that kind of excuses adolescence or kind of cushions it, you know, like, you know, my son, it's a teenager, is going through adolescence, just excuse his bad behaviour or whatever, you know. There's no similar kind of cushioning or understanding of what moms really go through. Yeah. It's an extreme hormonal up and down that actually affects the neurological rewiring of the brain, you know, and which is why moms after they've given birth are so obsessed with like their babies and kind of the anxiety that comes with, you know, when they hear them cry or when they, you know, kind of anything, hear them cough. I mean, that was the thing for me. Every time my son coughed, I would like freak out, you know. But a beautiful thing about it is that we've been wired to do that now. But in the context of our modern lifestyles, when there's, you know, partners have to go back to work soon after a baby is born, we don't have a village, you know. We left at home alone and having to regulate a baby that can't regulate itself, you know. So all of that is really, it's something that we don't, you know, society doesn't support new moms on that level, and they don't kind of think about these things. And so we now have to, aside from looking after a baby, we have to take on the load of setting up a support structure and getting things in place when a baby arrives, you know. So.
If there's any woman watching now who are feeling that, oh, I've got this new child and I'm just feeling so alone and so lost, what advice would you give to them?
First things first, I would say, is that you really are not alone. Like, I know it feels like it, but I think the majority of new moms experience this on some level. And I think the best thing would be is to open up about it, to really lean into your support structure, your mom, your partner, your family, your friends, connect with other moms who have kids of a similar age, join support groups. If there are any, you can contact me with pleasure and I can put you in touch. And also to know that when you really need more hardcore help, it would probably be if you go through a period of more than 2 or 3 weeks where you are feeling completely overwhelmed, you are very tearful, you are not able to function normally. Yes, you've got a new baby, which normally functioning isn't a thing yet, but where you really feel overwhelmed by everything and you can't do much, might be time to seek professional help. And I would also really much suggest, on a pathological level, so much of what new moms, the exhaustion and the fatigue that they go through has to do with deficiencies in minerals, vitamins, and those sorts of things. So to actually go to a GP or to go to a functional health doctor, have a blood count, see what's lacking, etc., etc.
And of course to follow your Instagram
and to
page.
Follow
we'll put all
page,
of your details and your Instagram handle and everything on our
Awesome.
website, so go and have a look for it there and just be kind to yourself.
Totally. Be gentle.
Exactly.
Gentle. Yeah.
After the break, we ease those Monday blues with DJ PH Rouge and Manu Worldstar as they perform their brand new song live in the Loft. You can still engage with us online and tell us which 3 South African musicians you would bring together for a collaboration. Tweet us at Afternoon Chat, #Afternoon Express, or pop a message on our Facebook page.